What's up, people, and welcome back to another exciting and mind-blowing edition of 360 Vibes. This is the show where we give you all the juicy gist, all the latest gossips in the world of entertainment, and we give you all the details back to back. I'm your girl, Joy Uchejim, Sheen_Joyoma on Instagram, and as usual, we can never be just one person on this episode of the show. We've got my very own Bodacious, vivacious, boo boo boo, Faith SJ.
Are you serious? What's that introduction for me, guys? Anyways, Joy, thank you for that. Welcome back to the show, guys. It's good to have you guys back on our face. Today's episode promises to be exceptional. Just stay right there while you enjoy the view.
They don't have a choice actually, because it's going to be so much information. So we're going to take a short break, and when we get right back, we're going to give you all the entertainment news for the day. Don't go anywhere. Guys, so now we're going to go straight into it. Now, if you are on Instagram, then you know that what's been on everybody's lips for the past few days is the news about two Babas and Annie Macaulay Idibia's breakup and separation. It was a very sad story. So it all started at with a post that Tubaba made saying that he has now been separated from his wife, Annie Macaulay Idibia, and they have filed for a divorce. Now, after some time, people came out to say, like, are you sure it was really Tubaba who said this? Are you sure the account has not been hacked? It was like a whole lot. And then even some people came out to say the account has been hacked and all. So Tubaba actually had to come out again and make a video saying he was actually the one who made that statement. So puts like all rumors and all doubts out of the way that, okay, these people have really been separated. This is after about 12 years of marriage. And unfortunately, yeah, it's coming in the moments where last time we discussed about how Annie Macaulay Idibia came on the show, the young, rich and African, and she was discussing about what she went through and how she had a miscarriage of twins, and it was really touching, and we were actually sending out our hearts to her, and only for us to get this information now that she's actually separated from her husband. It was very sad. It was a very sad thing. So people have been coming up to side with either her husband or with her. So people are saying, okay, Annie is going through rehab, because we got information allegedly that she's currently in rehab right now, recovering. We're not sure what she's recovering from, but we hear she's in rehabilitation. So people are saying perhaps she saw this coming, that it was only natural that they're going to end up. So people are saying, okay, Tubaba should not have come out in this way to just like debunk it, especially in this time where she's going through a lot, that he should have stood by her and they would have gotten past this together. But we don't know exactly what the problem is or what caused this breakup. But Tubaba said he was going to give us more information, so his fans will know what exactly led to this. So, Faye, what do you think about this? Because a lot of people have been giving their 2 cents, their opinions, like, okay, Annie is at fault, okay, Tubaba is at fault, and they are saying that a lot of things about this. So do you think Tubaba should have come out right now to say, do you think maybe he could not hold it anymore, that he just had to cut it where it hurts?
I'm just going to say that Annie Macaulay, I don't want to say she's at fault, but I will still put it this way, that she's at fault. First, you knew that this young man already had relationships, that they gave him 4 kids. Like this set of people, they had stuff to do with them, and then at the end of the day, they came up with the fact that, oh, he has 4 kids for them. And then on the long run, you join the squad.
Clique.
You join the queue, and then you end up giving him to a child. So I don't know, will I say, you saw this first. I'll always say that when you know you don't have a proper picture of what you want to go into, it's better you don't even start it. Because, you know, at the early stage, it will be playing beautiful. Like now, look at what is playing out now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that she never saw this coming. Of course, nobody will see this coming. But then, we should always think about the future. Think about what is tomorrow going to look like when you see things like this. He has 4 children already for for different people entirely. And then you decided after, okay, you knew he had 4 children, and then they were this set of people were still separated. It's not like they were together with him, with the children.
Yes.
They were separated, and then you knew they were separated. It's not like they were in good terms. He was not in good terms with these 4 baby mamas. And then you decided to join the queue to become 5. And then you guys are 5 in numbers. And this is what is playing out for you. It's just paining me because I feel so bad, because we were just commending you recently how you were sharing about your story, what you went through. This is just a few weeks back. And then we are having this on our face. It's just so, it's a pathetic one, actually. I feel so bad for Annie that this is coming this way. But then, Two-Face, Uncle, why are you doing this?
Okay,
why are you doing this?
Before you lambast to Baba, there's this view that it's good for a lady who's in love with a guy to be understanding, to have faith that maybe she felt that he was going to change at some point. That's why she decided to continue with the relationship. Don't you think that could have been the reason?
See, now that is why they'll always say that. See, recently I've been saying stuff online. You can't see anything you see in a man at that beginning stage, and then you know it's something you're not going well with, and then you want to still try. You're saying in your mind, your inner mind is telling you that when I get there, I'm going to change him. That is a wrong perspective. It is a wrong perspective, because you cannot say you want to change somebody when you know that he has what's it called? He has something you know you can't deal with.
Yeah, his
right?
character.
He has something you know you can't do with, and then you are telling yourself that if I get in there, I'm going to change him. If I get him there, I'm going to change him. That is a very big risk to take.
Risky move.
It's a risky move, because what is giving you the guarantee that he won't even get worse when you get to that place?
That's true, because that's another angle to look at it. Because, okay, I'm not going to say like I'm totally in support of what you're saying, because let's say she was in a relationship, according to what she said in an interview recently. She said she was with Baba before he met these other ladies that gave him 4 children, and then she had a 5th. So when she knew all of this, she still like went ahead with it. And I'm pretty sure perhaps he made promises that he was going to change and all, even though his song says I like woman, are they straightforward? Maybe he made promises that he was going to change. So actually it's a very sad thing. But as they always say, you cannot change a person. You can't actually change a person.
Don't go with that mentality that you want to change anybody. It is very risky.
Because if you look at it this way, assuming she had seen these red flags and decided to leave, she has decided to leave. Many people would have maybe criticized her, like, okay, you've wasted all this time, because she's been with this guy for years, even before they got married. You get so people would have criticized her, like, okay, after all these years, you've wasted time. Maybe she felt that she didn't want to waste all this time. But let's be factual. This thing that she did, getting married to Baba, is the same thing Chioma did, getting married to Davido. Davido has kids outside, and then Chioma still went ahead to get married to him. So it's like an individual choice.
That is what I want to say.
Love is blind.
No,
Love is blind.
That is what I want to say, Joy.
Point.
Do you know that what works for Mr. A will not work for Mr. B? So people should even learn this again. No, sometimes they'll be like, oh, because what's it called? Davido is doing well. He has a lot of baby mama. Does not mean that it's going to work for you. Do you understand? Does not mean it's going to work for you. So everybody should get this straight. Get this understanding that it worked for Mr. A. Does not mean it's going to work for Mr. B. And that is why most persons are still falling victim of the same issue. It's playing out now. I'm pretty sure that lots of persons will learn. Some persons will learn why some persons will still be victim of the same issue.
As you said, you can't change a person. So people may even see this information and still go ahead with the relationships that they are having currently.
I'm going to change him.
Exactly, but the fact is we don't really know what exactly went wrong with their marriage. They've not come out to give us any detail. But I just hope that Annie gets better wherever she is. Our heart goes out to her. And her husband, we also hope that he's fine, because there are rumors that he has been through a lot in the marriage and all. We don't know. We don't know actually. But just hope that it gets better.
But then I just pray,
and then
yes,
if they're going to be
True.
separated, well, that's their choice. They're adults and they can decide that if the marriage is not working out for them,
too, Baba,
that's
please.
their choice. It's very sad.
Actually, it's very sad. I just
We're
wish
pained.
this is just going to stay. It's going to
As
stay
a rumor.
long. Yeah, it's just going to stay as a rumor. And then...
Anyway, if wishes were horses, beggars will ride. But
Apparently.
guys, we'll go on a short break, and when we return, we'll go straight to the next topic, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back, guys. So we're still taking more gist from the world of entertainment, and Faithless J is going to be giving us the update. What's up, Faith?
All right, guys. So I'm pretty sure we've all been seeing the recent saga with Easy T and our gospel singer Mercy Chinwo. Now, this has really caused a lot of saga on the internet. That Easy T came out to call on Mercy Chinwo for not keeping to the contract she signed. And a lot of banter has been coming from different places, because Mercy Chinwo said he didn't keep to his word. And funny enough, Mercy Chinwo recently came out to, to talk about this.
Yeah,
because
to give us
details. Initially, it was just Easy T. And then a lot of people were like, why would Mercy Chinwo do this? Why would she go against the contracts? Contracts are usually things that you keep to. You don't, you don't go against contracts.
To violate the contract.
To violate the contract. But then Mercy Chinwo did, and a lot of persons were actually on Mercy. Then Mercy came out recently to say that Easy T has threatened her a whole lot of time. He has threatened to bring her down, that he made her practically. Now, we are not even against the fact that he is saying that he made her. Very possible. We never can tell how it all started from the beginning. Yeah, but then the fact that he made some comments that he's going to bring her down, he made sure he said some awful comments, though, that really made her got scared, to the extent that she had to relocate from Lagos to Port Harcourt, Rivers State precisely. And I don't know, a lot of people have a lot of view concerning this issue, that why will Mercy Chinwo go against the contract, knowing the fact that Easy T made her, he brought her to the peak where she is today. Like a lot of persons already know about her music and all, that why would she go against the rule and all. But then again, Easy T came out and Mercy Chinwo came out and showed us the contracts where he changed it. He changed it. And aside the fact that he changed it, one of the things that got Mercy angry was because she said he doesn't pay them the money, the actual money they agreed. Like, he has withheld some of that amount, some certain percent of the money. And this is involving Mercy Chinwo and Judy K. Joy, what do you have to say about this?
Well, this has been going on for some time, and I actually didn't want to get involved at some point because I didn't know the details. But then with the way Mercy has come forward recently, because the fact is, Easy T has been on social media. He has been talking, he has even talked to journalists all about how he's being dragged to court by Mercy Chinwo and how his rights are being violated, how his human rights are being breached. And he just kept saying a lot. Some people were actually dragging Mercy Chinwo seriously.
Apparently.
But the way she came out recently, and the fact is, she didn't just come out with her face. She came out with evidence. She came out with papers, with signatures showing that, okay, this is where there was an editing, this is where they changed things. So apparently it was supposed to be a 5-year contract between 2017 to 2022. But then he came out and changed the dates where they signed the contract from 2017 to 2019, according to Mercy. So he had like edited it. And even when she got the contract, because apparently she didn't even see it. She didn't see, she just signed it in 2017 and she didn't even get a copy until when the contract was supposed to end.
Which is very wrong. It's
a very questionable thing, because even if, like, she also said they had a father-daughter, like a mentor-mentee relationship. He helped her. She started as his backup singer. You get, so maybe she felt she didn't see the need to get the copy of the contract at first, but then now that she's getting it, she's seen that there's been a change, and that is the photocopy. According to her, she does not have the original copy of the contract. It's just a photocopy. You get, so there are so many question marks around this case. Like, okay, so who exactly is going against who here? Who is the person that's breaching the contract here? Because according to what she said, now he's bringing a copy of a contract that is saying that she's going to still be under him for a longer period of time than what was agreed in the original contract, which was 5 years ago. So actually, when she came out and she was moved to tears at some point, and I felt really emotional about it, but we're going to be logical at this point, because if you're being emotional, you may even side with the person who's in the wrong. So we have to look at facts. Who is bringing papers? Who is bringing out facts? Mercy Chinwo has come forward. Her lawyers have also released statements, but then we've only seen Izzy T's statements. We've not seen any evidence that, okay, this happened. Because even when he said Mercy Chinwo dragged him to court, Mercy Chinwo came out and said he dragged her to court and turned the case around. And so then he has even refused auditing of the report to show how funds are flowing. So there
we don't even know who is actually saying the facts here now.
But if you're looking at it, Izzy T has a lot of questions to answer. He has a lot, because now he has only made statements. He has not like come forward to say this is the evidence. I understand they'll meet in court, they'll have all these talked about. But if you're going to come out on social media and drag public sentiment and public sentiment against the person,
good evidence.
There should be facts. And the fact is, those people dragging Mercy Chinwo and Judy K because somebody said so and so, you don't have evidence. The person who said the same thing doesn't have any proof. So you shouldn't just start dragging someone. Even if Mercy Chinwo said Izzy T threatened her life and all, we don't have evidence either. It's what she's saying. So please, refrain from dragging people without evidence.
Do you get?
Like, you just see someone's post and be like, oh my God, how can somebody do this? How can somebody do that? You're so wicked. You're this, yes. And
without evidence.
And cruise comments.
Do you get? We make comments that we know that these things are not real.
Like, we don't have
evidence. Do you get? And then again, I want to say that before you sign any contracts, don't you think you should go through it properly? Like, if you don't understand, there are some sentences that might not really be comprehensible to some persons. See, ask questions.
Actually,
ask questions. Important. Meet people. Like, okay, so this is it. How do I go about it? Many persons do not really have understanding of some sentence. What's it called when it comes to?
There's some phrases.
Do you understand? In a contract, you ask questions. Like, get information, proper information about what you're about to go into. I think this is an eye-opener to a lot of persons that will be desiring to work with
sign under a record label.
A record label. You desire to work under a record label. Look at this information. Get to know more about them. Like, look for people you want to
if possible
ask.
A lawyer.
Do you understand? To be on the safe side so that you won't get stuck up here. Now, when you're at the peak, at the beginning, it will be so sweet. Very, very sweet. You'll be like, oh, I'm already at the peak. I'm already at the zenith peak. And then I don't really think anything can bring me down from this peak. That is a big lie. That is a big lie. If you go through your contracts, if you go through those information, I'm pretty sure that you will be safe in the future. Stuff like this will not really play out.
Yeah, because this is actually not the first time we've heard something like this.
Do you understand? Yes.
Once it gets to this issue of record label and artists, once it's time for the artist to like break away from the record label, sometimes you just see this kind of issues being raised. Like, okay, you're supposed to sell for a longer time. Money matters specifically. There's always money issues, because now we are hearing that Mercy Chinwo and Izzy T agreed to 50-50 splitting of the royalties and all. And now we are hearing that he didn't even give her the full remittances of what was gotten person. So she didn't see the need to go at first because she respected him and she saw him as a father figure. Please, if you want to go into any business, there's no family in business. There's no mentor-mentee in business. If you're going to sign a contract,
no family in business.
Don't use emotions or sentiment. Don't use trust and respect to sign something. Just get the details, get the facts, because 5 years from now, people change.
True.
People change because
they change.
You may not want to even let the person go at some point.
In as far as money is already coming in, like money is coming in steady. So that person will find it very difficult to want to let you go.
Exactly. Yeah. So we hope this whole thing settles down before any other defamation gets happen. So now we're going to the next topic, the last for this episode. It's going to be about Zig Saloma. He's a comedian and he's a skit maker. We all see his videos on Instagram and all. And now we just get this new gist from him. Apparently, our very own skit maker has gone to get a nose job and a face lift. That's a plastic surgery for those of us who are not exactly aware. So one major feature of Zig Saloma is his nose. Apparently he has a pronounced nose and he's like a major feature. Oh, he's a comedian, he gets. So that's a major feature on his face, but then he has decided that he wants to change it. And now he has actually gotten this nose job. He posted a video sharing his journey and how everything went, and he changed. And then people are just asking questions. Why is it that when people get money, especially celebrities, when you get money to a certain extent, you start seeing the need to change things in your body? Why is that? Is it that since you were starting, you didn't know that this thing was bad? Or is it because you didn't have money to change it? So God created you with a particular physique. And he knows what he was doing, but then you decide you're not comfortable. To add more. You want to change it. Phil, what do you think? So you think it's right for people to like change things that don't make them feel okay? Maybe they're not like confident in themselves because of this particular feature. So do you think it's right for people to actually change that when they get the money?
It is, people of God, it is a very bad, it's a very bad thing to do. For no reason should you even want to change your nose. See, now, when God was creating us, He knew that that nose is just the perfect nose for you. I'm pretty sure that that is why he gave you that look. So you going to do some, what's it called?
Surgery.
Unnecessary things. They are not really, what's it called? They're not really meaningful. They're not helpful. They're not relevant. I know some of them we see it's a new look for their fans. Now, your fans are the ones criticizing you. Because I cannot imagine you. You know that you're just coming up. Of course, it's just coming up. And you've gotten a certain amount of money. Their investments, I don't know. Let's say these people, they lack information or what. See, their investments.
Well, we don't know if maybe he has invested and these investments have paid off. And now money is flowing. Money flow.
Investments, no, they finish. You know, they finish. Say, if have investments, like, if you know you don't invest, you don't too much. See, there are people out there that need help. Currently, people are hungry on streets. You can go out and help the needy. Help the needy rather than you. This is how I'm saying it too. Help the needy rather than you going to change your look. We talked about one recently, tattoo all over his body. Like, we have lots of them doing stuff. Celebrity, people of God, like, can we change from this? Let's have different perspective of your money. You have money, it should be done with something meaningful. But trust me, this look is not it. Like, the look was not just funny. It's not even good on you. It's not nice on you.
That's dragging. That's dragging. Oh my God.
This is me saying it because when I saw it, I felt so bad. I'm like, why? Is this necessary? It is actually not necessary.
Okay, let's look at it from a certain angle, because I've watched certain videos where people were sharing their journey of how they got nose jobs and different plastic surgeries. Now, I've seen people who had like very prominent birthmarks, kind of like scars on their faces, and has caused them to be mocked for a very long time. And so as soon as they got the money, they decide to take it off. I've seen a lady who had a very uniquely shaped nose, where her nostrils were always facing upward, like they were open, and then people were calling her a pig because of the way her nostril was shaped. So she had to get like a plastic surgery
for it
to change it so that She said when she was done, for the first time, she looked at children and nobody laughed at her. For the first time in her life. And she was so emotional, like, because throughout her life, whenever she looked at anybody, they would just laugh because they said she looked like a pig because of the shape of her nose. So this plastic surgery, it can be helpful. People need confidence. But then when there's nothing wrong with your body, because, okay, let's say he may see that because he has a very pronounced nose, it may have been mocked at some point. I'm pretty sure because children can be funny. Children can be so mischievous. He may have been mocked at some point, and then he has grown up and it's like, okay, now that I have this money, why don't I just deal with this? But the thing about this plastic surgery is that
they have side effects.
It can be addictive because okay, let's say now you've changed your nose and you're like, oh my God, it's looking good.
How about me changing?
Why don't I lift my eyes?
You get
change my lips. You know, do my jaws because at some point you just keep getting in, and once you are addicted to this thing, guy, there will always be something in your body you want to change. People do plastic surgery to get abs. People do plastic surgery to get pecs, biceps. People do these things, so it can be so addictive.
Okay, so this thing we haven't talking about, they have side effects. Don't they have side effects? They do. They do have side effects, and then at the end of the day, most times we hear about the celebrities, the way they die. We hear about the way they die, and then there are things that we might not know that these are stuffs we've done over the years that are what's it called, affecting us, dealing with us currently. So I just feel like when you have the money, see, the money should channel the money to a good source, to a source where you know you'll be blessed more. Help the needy, help people out there are really hungry, they need food, they need money and all.
So that's like the major priority people have. But then people want confidence. So at this point, we cannot tell anybody what to do because even if you tell them, they're still going to do what they want to do.
Because so even their money
tomorrow
involved.
You're going to do a plastic surgery to change your look. Let it be for something that it's very necessary. But if it's not necessary and your conscience is telling you that it's not necessary,
then don't bother.
There's no need, because once you start it, you just keep going like that. So please, everyone should just make the right decisions. And that's why we call it a wrap on this episode of 360 Vibes. It was very informative. It was very much fun. I hope you enjoy yourself because we had fun too.
Yes, we did.
So until next time, do stay safe, have fun.
Bye, guys.
Stay jiggy.